Good morning, everyone. I just had a bit of spare time and I was looking at the tide chart and seeing what's going on, and I thought I'd do a quick video about how the tide works and how the sun and the moon both influence it and control the tides on Earth. So, yeah, I've always been a bit of a science nut, so yeah, I'll explain it as best I can. So we're going to look at the green cap represents the Earth, the blue bit of string around it represents the ocean. Yellow cap is the moon, and this grey-greeny one is the sun. If we were to take the sun and the moon out of the game, and we didn't have them, the ocean would be uniform all the way around 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There wouldn't be tides, the ocean would be still. So we'll add the moon in. Just for the time being, we'll add the moon, and I'll show the effects of what the moon has. Now, the moon imposes a gravitational force on the oceans. So what the moon does, it draws the ocean closer to it through gravity. Now, I'll put the sun in here, explain it. The moon is closer, but it's a lot smaller. The sun is far away, but it's much larger. The moon actually has more influence over the tides than the sun does, because it's closer. So what happens is, when the moon is orbiting around the Earth, so it's coming around, it'll pull the tides towards it. Not only pull the ocean towards it, because of that bulge, it also pushes the ocean back the other way. So we've got pulling going that way, pushing going that way, and it creates this. And obviously as it goes around, so does the tide follow it. So that's how we get high and low tides. The action of the moon pulling on the ocean and also pushing it away, it's elongating it, sort of thing like that. Now, when we get full and new moons, the tides are bigger. There's a larger coefficient. The coefficient simply means the measurement between the low tide and the high tide. So we have large coefficients during the new moon and the full moon. At the moment, about a week and a half ago, we went through a full moon cycle and with a large coefficient. So around then, the tides at dead low was around 0.1 of a metre, and at high tide it was about 1.6-ish metres. So the way that works is, if the moon was here, the sun was here, we would have a full moon. The sun is refracting light, or the moon is acting like a mirror for the light from the sun. So we get not only the moon pulling on the tides that way, it's also pushing the moon's pushing the tides this way, and the sun is also pushing it that way. And obviously as the moon goes around, and as the Earth is orbiting around the sun, it pulls those tides. But when they line up on a full moon, we have big tides. The same is when we have a new moon, which means the moon's over here. So the sun's shining that way, new moon, we're looking that way, and we can't see, we see the backside, the dark side of the moon. And it also does that as well. So that's why we get those big tides around a full moon and a new moon. Hope that sort of explains things a bit. That's sort of like the basics of it. So moon's always pulling the tides towards it and pushing it that way. New moon, we get big tides. Full moon, we get big tides. Right, that explains it. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and see you on the next one.